Hello and welcome to this video, and obviously not my house. We are away in Filey for 4 nights. We are at the Bay Filey, which is like a holiday village, and we are staying in a 3-bed superior cottage. We have already been here for 2 nights, so we do only have like 2 nights left, but we're all ill, so haven't really picked up the camera to start this video. But when I was looking at it online, I didn't see a huge amount of like tours or anything like that, so I figured we'd just get on with it and do it. So you've got me, hair a mess, still bunged up. It feels like it's going to be weeks, and I figured I'd come and give you a tour. So we have been here for like 2 days. This is our 3rd day here. So, and we're not very good at, unpacking and putting things away, so it is a mess, so just bear that in mind as we go around. But I figured we'd start at the front door. So we are number 12 Calvert Croft. As I said, that's a superior 3-bed cottage thing. So at the front door, the first thing you come to is a cupboard. It does have hooks for coats. We've stuck our wellies in the Hoover, that kind of thing. So then, obviously, beachy themed art on the wall. I'm going to turn you around now. So then you come to like a console table. We've obviously chucked shoes and just stuff on it. And then you get some rooms that way, and then the main room this way. Excuse the noise, as Pete and Eloise are in here having breakfast. But here is the sort of lounge area. We've obviously brought Jeff's crate. There is a TV. We don't think it's got Netflix or anything. You could put in a laptop and put it in there. We didn't bring the right lead. We have managed to get Netflix.
What would you like?
Dining table, as you see, we have chucked things on it. And then the kitchen, which again we've obviously used, but it comes with full-size fridge and freezer, dishwasher, plates, cutlery, all of that stuff. I will say it doesn't have things like washing sponges. Me, Jeff. Washing sponges, that kind of thing. Bin bags I haven't seen. We brought a brush that we always use for Eloise's bottles and some washing up liquid anyway. It did come with some dishwasher tablets though. The door sort of in the middle of the hallway is your downstairs loo. Again with the beachy theme. As I said, we're all ill, so it's been helpful to have a 3rd bedroom because Pete has obviously slept in here. But this is one of your bedrooms. Again, TV on the wall. There's not a huge amount of storage in this. You do have the wardrobe and then 2 sets of drawers. But that's in that one. And then upstairs, the first door you come to is 2 singles. We are obviously using it for Eloise. We paid to have the travel cot and the high chair and Jeff, but they don't come with a mattress or bedding, so we had to bring that separately. So that's that. Full-length mirror as well. Again, another cupboard, the boiler in it. And then you can, oh, it's a stair getting there, I didn't know that. Main bathroom, big old bathroom this. There is a bath, which is helpful if you're like me, who have a toddler. And then room for a shower, space to put things. They also didn't come with towels, so we had to bring our own towels. I think it depends on what tier of property you go for as to whether towels are included or not. I imagine you can rent them at a charge. And then this is the master bedroom, I suppose. Answer me this. Why do no hotel rooms these days just go to memory foam? I don't get it. This is not a very comfortable mattress in my opinion. But it's also quite light because these are quite thin blinds, so I've been using an eye mask because I'm like that. There's chest of drawers, a vanity, and then obviously all of our stuff. Come around the corner, then you've got 2 sets of wardrobes, I always forgot my other lighters. So yeah, 2 sets of wardrobes. I think there was an error in one of these, which we've currently got with our swimming stuff on it. And then a small ensuite with shower. So yeah, we're here in November, so it is massively out of season. So it's quite quiet, and this was also very cheap for what it is. I imagine if you came in, say like August or whatever, it probably wouldn't be quite as cheap. But there would also be more things going on, so most of the activities, like they've got an archery barn and things like that, are not running. The swimming pool is still open, so we did go there yesterday. And in there's a steam room and a sauna, but any other sort of activities aren't around. A bit later in this video I'll try and do a little maybe walking tour of the complex. It's very big, but I'll try and do that for you. So as I said, I didn't see a lot of it online. You coming, Jeff? But yeah, that's where we're staying. Yesterday, said we're all a bit ill, so we are still trying to do stuff, but Eloise certainly wasn't in her best mood yesterday. Let's sit on the stairs and do this, I think. But yesterday we headed to the Sea Life Centre in Scarborough. Sea Life Centres are just a bit overpriced for what they are, and it was very confusing because normally it's a circular route, but they've shut like the otter enclosure to spruce it up, which just made it very confusing. But we went there. I'll add in the clips now. I liked the seals best. Eloise seemed to like the seals best as well. So there we go. And today we are taking Eloise and this one to the Filey bird and garden animal place, Filey Zoo, because you're allowed in, aren't you? I imagine it's quite small and not quite like the Cotswolds Wildlife Park, which I will link up here because we have taken Jeff there. But that's where we're going today, and then we'll see where it goes. And hopefully I will, now that I've started this video, be a bit more inclined to vlog for you. But feeling a bit poorly has not inspired much. But yeah, here are the clips from the Sea Life Centre, and then we'll catch you at the Filey Zoo, which is not its name, but I can't remember what its name is. We're supposed to be going there, but come and show you a bit of this door. Hang on, I need 2 hands. As I was saying, I thought I'd come and show you some of the park, but it is quite windy, so hopefully you can hear me. This is our house. The door is very stiff, and this is sort of where we've been the past few days. We did go to the Filey Bird Garden and Animal Park yesterday. It didn't go quite to plan because she was like really into it to begin with, getting excited by the meerkats and telling us that the monkeys go ooh ooh and the rabbits and whatever. And then all of a sudden she flicked and she just started screaming and was just very tired. She's obviously not well, so that's part of it. So the only clip I got is this one, while I walk to the things that you can actually see around here. it's basically like its own little village. It's a bit strange, to be honest, because you've got some like beach chalet things and then some like actual houses and flats and things. But yeah, anyway, here's us feeding some alpacas. Jeff wants some. I think Eloise might want to have a look. Oh! Don't headbutt my dog.
I did.
Jeff, come here. You can feed the sheep.
Huh?
You can feed the sheep. Does Eloise want to have a nurse? She won't want to have a go, will she? I might want to have a go. I've ever fed a alpaca.
Go on then.
I assume it's black.
Seemed to work. They're pretty gentle, to be fair.
No, you've had some brown alpaca.
Do you want to come feed this other one?
Do you want some? You want some? Hey, want some? So a bit further on from our house, you've got this building here, where you can do archery. We have come out of season, as you know, and there are no activities happening whatsoever, but archery could have been fun. I think in this barn they may do other stuff too. I think there might be like pottery painting and that kind of stuff. But as I said, we have no way of knowing what is on offer because we've come in November when they do not have any of that stuff open. So that was a bit of a bummer for us. Not that I think we would have partook in much, having a not quite 2-year-old. And I imagine most things are out of her age range. But it could have been fun. And then a little walk up from the archery, there's a tennis court, which Pete doesn't think is great, but okay. And then the leisure centre, which has the swimming pool. We have used it. Let me get away from the noisy bit. We have used it, the swimming pool, and it's fine. They're like closed for a few hours over lunch, but again, that might be a season thing. Within the swimming pool there is a steam room and a sauna. Pete went and used the steam room today. He said it was too hot, but being guests or whatever, you have little cards that you can use to go and do it. So we have used the swimming pool, maybe not as much as we'd originally thought we would, but we have used it and it comes within the price, so that's good going. Again, a little walk up. And this is always a bit weird because it feels like you're walking in someone's back garden. But there is a small children's park just through here, as you can see. The sign says it's aimed at 5 to 12-year-olds, which makes sense. Again, we have used it, but only the baby swing, because Eloise likes a swing. And we figured in her puddle suit and the big pile of muddy water at the bottom of the slide, we probably shouldn't encourage that. If all of these houses are full over summer, and that is the only park, I imagine it gets incredibly full and a bit chaotic. So next to the leisure centre, if we can call it that, I think there's a gym in there as well. Not that I've seen the gym, not that I will have ever gone to the gym. But next to that there is a pharmacy, although it didn't sell tissues, so I don't know how good it is as a pharmacy. There is a bar called Four Cats, it's not been open since we've been in here. And then a pub called the John Paul. It's a bit like a Wetherspoons from what I can get. And then through the little tunnel, through there, I'm not going to go through, but there is a shop. As you can see, just in there. and the arcade, which me and Eloise went to this morning, and I did take a clip of it, so I'll add that in now. While Pete was in the steam room, we waited a little bit and then came to the arcade to have a little push of the buttons and all of that. So there is like a lake with a football pitch kind of thing on it too. Not that you can swim in the lake, and if you head down that road, it's the start of the walk to the beach. I think the man on reception said that once you get to the start of that walk, it's like 25 minutes, half an hour to get to the beach. We've obviously not done it. I don't know if we're actually going to get to the beach now, which is a shame. So we did want to take Jeff. But with all of us being poorly, Eloise's sleep being lengthier, that's what she's doing at the moment, that's why I'm out on my own. With us not necessarily wanting to do much either, I'm not sure Jeff's going to get to go to the beach, because that would have been like this morning's activity, but it was a bit grey and rainy, and we like took them for a walk and Eloise fell over and cut her lip. So it was a bit of all sorts of things going on this morning. So right. So yeah, that is it really. Feels a bit weird, this place. It's a bit like a film set. Pete compares it to like Privet Drive, that kind of thing. It has suited us well. Food wise, we haven't actually eaten at the pub. It doesn't have very good reviews, to be honest, so that's why. We have had fish and chips. We had that the first night. There was Eloise and Pete cold waiting for that. We had takeaway pizza from a place called the Boat Shed, something like that. That was good. We had a takeaway from a pub yesterday. I had a burger that was nice. Pete had lasagna. He was disappointed. And we're trying to find a takeaway for tonight. The takeaway options are quite slim. Originally I'd put down some, sit-in restaurants that we could go to. But it's just not been feasible with how we all are. So that is that. And then I'm back at our house just here. And yeah, that is my little tour of what's available here. As I said, if it wasn't November and off season, there may have been more, but that's what we've noticed. And as I said earlier, I haven't seen many people actually do much of the place in general. So there you go. Before I forget again, you do have to pay to have a dog here. So obviously we paid for Master Jeff to come with them. But they did give him a little holiday hamper. So in this he has, I forgot that wasn't a proper box and it's all just fallen out, but he now has some nose and paw balm. Is that going to... He has one of those foldable bowls. He does have one that I found, which doesn't have the carabiner. He has now got to pick it up off the floor. He has a roll of poo bags, obviously. Some perfume to make him smell nice. I guess these are wet wipes for paws, don't really know. A towel blanket thing of some description. And there was like a tin with some treats in, which I think has gone under the sofa, so I've got to go and fish those out now. I don't think she's very happy. So. But yeah, that's what Jeff got in his little pack. Takeaway options are so sparse, and we are not well enough to sit in, that we've had to go Tesco ready meal. And some cheesy garlic bread. So that's where we're up to today. So we sort of just left you in Filey, didn't we? We packed up the day after and then headed over to my parents' house. They were about an hour and a half from where we were staying, and then it's about an hour and a half back home from them, so it's like a triangle that we've done. So we had the weekend with them. On the Friday night, we and Pete went out with my brother. We actually went and did a rage room, which is not something I've done before, and I'll add in a couple of clips after I've spoken about it. So basically you go into a room and you smash things up. I wasn't really full of rage, but it was fun. It was fun. So yeah, here are those clips.
It's playing. Go for it. Ready? I do like the bowling.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
4. Oh, that was rubbish. 4. Little one. The little ones are right, aren't they?
And then on the Saturday, all of us went over to, I think it's called Donna Nook, which is a viewing platform to see the seals. They have all had their babies, or most of them have had their babies. Some of them were born like the day before. So we went and had a look at that. Unfortunately, it was peeing it down with rain, so we didn't stay very long. Plus Eloise was asleep in the car when we got there, so me and Pete sat in the car for quite a while she slept. But as I'm talking, here's the view of the seals, and I thought that, well, my brother brought binoculars, that's what we thought it was going to be, that it might be difficult, but no, they were literally up at the fence. Like, Eloise was like eye to eye with a seal. She enjoyed splashing in the puddles. As she said, she got a bit fed up with being a bit wet and cold, so it didn't stay for very long. I could have stayed for a long time and just watched them. It was very fascinating. Just the noises, the movement, all of that kind of stuff. But there's always another year to go. It's always around this time of year as well. I don't think the season for it is very long, but it was fun. The car park was like £5. There's not a lot there, to be honest, but as an experience, it's one I'm glad we've done, and I wouldn't mind doing it again in other years to come, but just maybe not in the rain. So yeah, that has been our week away. As you can possibly hear, I still have the still have a cough, but it's on its way out. I just think this bit's gonna linger for a little bit, which is a shame. We're all doing a bit better. It's a shame it isn't a shame it came when we were away, because it meant we haven't had to juggle Eloise while we're at work, while she's ill and off nursery, but also we were on holiday and couldn't enjoy it to its fullness because we were all a bit ill. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.